They print my message in the Saturday Sun. I had to tell them I ain't second to none. And I told about equality, and it's true, either you're wrong or you're right, yeah. But if you're thinking about my baby, no matter if you're black or white. Michael Jackson, 1991. A song called Black or White hits the airwaves, becomes a multi-platinum selling hit, tops the charts, from the reigning king of pop at that time. And it was really inspirational to me. And what was more inspiring was the music video. See, Michael Jackson took this message and he pushed the envelope even further. In his video, depicting the message that no matter what race, no matter what nationality or ethnic background you have, you're all equal. And who could forget the conclusion to this beautiful music video with basketball legend Scottie Pippen awkwardly dancing around and morphing into a beautiful Asian woman. It inspired me. It made me feel that one day I too could be a beautiful Asian woman. Just kidding. In all seriousness, though, Black or White was not just a pop song to me. It's what I consider message music. Music with a message. It's simple. And quite often, message music is born out of some social discord, a community that is in distress from oppression or racism, discrimination, poverty. And the artists within this community will come together. They will interpret and create a form of expression that will help offer a story for the prevailing sentiment in that community. Now, over the past 100 years of a growing music industry in America, it hasn't been too often that message music makes it into the popular medium, but it does happen. And although there is no particular style for message music, the genre of folk is quite often employed. One of America's most influential folk singer-songwriters is Woody Guthrie. Woody Guthrie was born in 1919. He endured the Great Depression and the Dust Bowl. And these experiences informed the songs that he wrote about politics and the people that he grew up with in the Midwest who were ravaged by drought and dust storms. One of Woody Guthrie's most famous songs is a song called This Land Is Your Land. The original title to this song was God Blessed America. Now he titled it God Blessed America because it was his response to Irving Berlin's earlier song of God Bless America. But Woody Guthrie felt Irving Berlin had missed the mark. He thought in this time, post-depression, the sentiment of God Bless America in that song was just not right. It was inauthentic. It was idealistic. So what Woody did was he set out to write about the plight of the true American issues that were going on at the time. And Woody Guthrie went on to inspire many singer-songwriters throughout time. One of them is the most famous of all folk singers from America, Bob Dylan. Bob Dylan and his music is very inspiring to me, as it was to many others. He would put together songs that expressed the discontent that Americans had for social and political injustice around the world and domestically, especially America's own brand of apartheid we call segregation. One of Bob Dylan's most famous songs is Blowing in the Wind. And this song told about the inequality in America, the unequal treatment of blacks during segregation and Jim Crow South. Now, this song hit home for many, especially African Americans. One African American in particular that it hit home for was one of my personal heroes, Sam Cooke. Sam Cooke heard this song, Blowing in the Wind, and he was so impressed that it challenged him to write a song that could be as inspiring, that could be as captivating and express really what the civil rights movement was about. See, Sam Cooke took his experiences being discriminated against, the racism that he'd experienced, and he put it into this song. And this song became a hallmark of the civil rights movement. It is a haunting reminder of a time long gone and a time that we should never repeat. I was born by the river in a little tent, and just like the river I've been running ever since. It's been a long time coming, but I know change gonna come. Oh, yes it will. See, Sam Cooke was a pop singer, and he had many hits under his belt, but he had yet to offer his voice to the civil rights movement, and he was almost embarrassed, ashamed that he hadn't done it before Bob Dylan. But when he did, he inspired many with his voice and with his willingness to step out of the position that he was in and to use his powerful voice to create positive social change. Incidentally, it's a cover of that song, Change Is Gonna Come, that led to my first ever recording deal. But Sam Cooke wasn't the only musician who created music with messages that would inspire me. Marvin Gaye's masterpiece album, What's Going On, offered me direction and purpose for what I wanted to accomplish as a singer and a songwriter. Now, the title track to this album, What's Going On, was not written by Marvin Gaye, but by a member of the Four Tops. However, the rest of the band didn't want to record the song. They felt like it was protest music. Well, Marvin Gaye accepted the offer to record and present the song. And he edited it just a little because he was having conversations with his brother who had returned from Vietnam. And his return from Vietnam was an unsavory welcome. So Marvin Gaye wanted to tell this story in this album, and this song captures the emotion and the feeling so very well. Mother, mother, there are far too many of you crying. And brother, 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 there are far too many of you dying. You know we got to find a way to bring some love in here today. Father, Father, there's no need to escalate. War is not the answer, only love can conquer hate. You know we got to find a way to bring some love in here today. Picket lines and picket signs, punish me with brutality. Come and talk to me so you can see what's going on. What's going on? Now, the record label initially rejected the entire album. Too political, they said. But Marvin Gaye stood his ground. He believed so much in his message that he knew that these words needed to get out. He knew that he could say through song what so many other people felt. He said, I'm not a poet, and I'm not a painter, but I can do it with the music. Father, Father, everybody says we're wrong, but who are they to judge us? Simply 'cause our hair is long. You know you got to find a way to bring some love in here today. Picket lines, picket signs. Don't you punish me with brutality. Talk to me so you can see what's going on. What's going on? So Marvin Gaye inspired me to make music with a message. And my purpose as a songwriter is to make positive social change. And that can either be through the lyrics that I write, the songs that I sing, or publicly sponsoring and supporting the issues that I think are important. So when I got signed to a major record deal, I thought to myself, I'm going to use my voice as often as possible for positive social change. And I took a cue from Michael Jackson and the video for Black or White. You can take a song, and the song can be powerful, but you can make it even more powerful if you couple it with an image. So, when I released Lift Your Spirit, there was a song on the album called Love is the Answer. And the song is generally about human compassion, love for your fellow man. But I took the opportunity to make the video about a specific topic. Now, in the video, I depict a family that is divided by divorce. Two brothers are separated. One goes to live with dad in the nice part of town. The other goes to live with mom in the not so nice part of town, where the schools are crowded and the streets are dangerous. Now, the idea for the music video came from a conversation that I had with a nonprofit organization called Community Coalition of South LA. And in this discussion, they were adamant that the punitive measures used by LAUSD, a term that they use called willful defiance, was feeding directly into the school-to-prison pipeline. And they wanted to do something about it. And I thought, what a better way to do something about it than to talk about it on a global scale with a music video that can share this information. Now, the unfortunate truth is that my interpretation of reality pales in comparison to what's really happening in the schools. As you can see on the internet, the excessive use of force in some situations. But every little bit that I can do matters that much more. Now, when Wake Me Up became a huge hit, I thought to myself, now this song is such a hit around the world. I think it would be a great idea to lend it to a very international topic. And as a first-generation American born to Panamanian immigrants, my experience really colors everything that I do in my career. And a big hot topic at the time in California was immigration. And now we see that the topic is not just a US topic, this is a real international topic. But I wanted to use the music video to discuss immigration, to humanize immigrants, because the story is so near and dear to my heart, being the son of immigrants. So, in the video, I depict the migration of a family from Mexico to Los Angeles. And the lead character in this music video is a girl named Jareth. And in real life, Jareth is a dreamer. A dreamer is a student who is going to school here in the US, but undocumented. And she's granted the right to continue her education while in the US. And also in real life, Jareth's father was an undocumented worker who was at the time going through deportation hearings. Luckily and thankfully, after the release of the music video, Jareth's father was able to stay in the United States. His case was closed. Feeling my way through the darkness, guided by a beating heart. I can't tell where the journey will end, but I know where to start. They tell me I'm too young to understand. They say I'm caught up in a dream, and life will pass me by if I don't open up my eyes. Well, that's fine by me. So wake me up when it's all over, when I'm wiser and I'm older. All this time I was finding myself and I didn't know I was lost. So wake me up when it's all over, when I'm wiser and I'm older. All this time I was finding myself and I didn't know I was lost. It's the beauty of making message music is that it persists and stands the test of time. Whether it's John Lennon's Imagine, Bob Marley's One Love, or the music industry's We Are the World, these songs will remain forever and continue to make a positive impact on people's lives. And I believe that everyone has a voice, so I call on everyone to use your voice to make positive social change. You may not be a painter, or a poet, or even a musician, but you have a voice, and I would love for you to use it to make this world a better place. So wake me up when it's all over, when I'm wiser and I'm older. All this time I was finding myself and I didn't know I was lost. Thank you very much.